Welcome to Tanks Invest. We talk about investing, finance, or professional development. As a recording time of exactly 10:02 a.m. on Eastern Time, Ethereum contract $3,030, up about 1.75% so far. As you can see clearly along the crypto market and the equity market, we are attempting to rebound on this Wednesday morning. In respect to Ethereum and Bitcoin, which are the key coins, we are levitating, but we got to a relatively monumental flat number. And with respect to what a flat number for Ethereum is, that's 3,000, right? And we also touched 3,050 for like a hair of a second. And then for Bitcoin, obviously, we have reached above $45,000, which are both, again, not a substantive consolidated level. The real level for Ethereum specifically is 3,158, right? So we'll dive into technicals in a bit. And obviously the speech is going on now, so feel free to take a read. But he's basically just gonna regurgitate the transcript that he has already prepared. So without wasting more time, just like dive into the analysis on the notes, right, that Jerome Powell has already published. And the notes that I'm talking about is basically this one, right? This is something that he's gonna be speaking upon. I would say pretty much verbatim. Unless he say anything outrageous or off books, right? But I would say it's basically going to be aligned on that front, right? And basically on a high level synopsis, on a macro perspective, Jerome still sees that the interest hikes ahead to be happening, right? He did not lay out like how many, like is it going to be 7? Is it going to be 9? Is it going to be 11? Or is it going to be 4 based on the original depiction, right? But because of the fact that the US economy is at a relatively high uncertain dynamics at the moment, obviously cultivated from the slow mitigations of the COVID variants, but at the same time, the job number is still something that's up in the air. At the same time, with inflationary pressure and obviously with the Ukraine-Russian war, that's now add to the additional elements of complexity. It's definitely difficult for Jerome to give highly confirmatory signal on what's the tactical next steps going forward, right? In addition to that, on the transcript, he also says that the labor market, and I quote, right, extremely tight, right? Say that inflation has risen well above the Fed's expectations of 2% target, right? So ultimately, we know, basically bulk of this synopsis, and nothing really drive any kind of how would you say, a strong standard deviation in comparisons to what we were expecting already. So with that confidence being built up, driving some positive pressure onto obviously the equity market and obviously the crypto market. But is it enough, right? Let's just put it that way. I would say on a high level perspective, the technical says it's not enough, right? So without wasting more time, let's just dive into the technical analysis. We spoke to a recording time of 10:05 a.m. on the Eastern Time. We are, again, in between level 3150 and the 2853, right? And right now we're in between, basically a flat number. And we know, like we've been talking about this for a while, right? A flat number never is sustainable, right? And knowing the fact that it's more difficult to stay above to go to the next leap than to come down, right? So I think the professor of actually coming down, as obviously the speech will come out, right, and contingent on his delivery, which I don't foresee it to be a like a how would you say, like a show, right? I think he's just gonna be diplomatic. He's gonna be I don't think he's gonna put a lot of cinematics either. Not a lot of fluff, right? He's just gonna be speaking from the speech, right? Like a robot almost. And obviously the main drivers would be, possibly reporters being a little bit meticulous on the questioning, and when there are red flags around the answers that Jerome gives, right, that can be some sort of a needle driver. But based on historical synopsis, right, I would say he's a diplomatic speaker, right? He definitely can carry himself well on not to drive any like fear mongering or stir, right? So we'll see how that goes. But right now, like we still need to like fundamentally get above 3,150 or come back down to 2,853. And I think the likelihood of actually coming back down to 2,853 is much more likely. With respect to Bitcoin, we are at the 40, just about 45 right now. You can see that we gave up already because that's not a real level. The real level is the 47,893 based on the historicals, right? Right now we are in betweens and we have still a long way to go up, right? So the natural course of cadence will be coming down to 44, right? Which is the 43,932 based on historicals. At the same time, we're 63 out of 70, so a sell-off is definitely imminent, knowing the fact that we have a relatively large gap of separation as well. In respect to Dogecoin, at the moment, it's trading a relatively different pattern with this 46 out of 70 from a golden cross recently. I still prefer anywhere from like 12 cents all the way to 1066 below. Cardano is a flat at the moment, like trying to break, and it's a very difficult level, right? $1, 102 to be exact, right? With the 47 out of 70. Again, I typically would prefer anywhere from 90 cents to below. Solana is up nicely right now, up about 6%. And right now, the next level we need to get up to is 112, right? The 39 out of 70. Let me just double check to make sure that we're right. Nope, actually. See, there's a lag in the thing. Then when I saw that was 39 out of 70, that makes no sense because we're up so prominently for the last couple of days. With 54 right now, large separation. The next level we need to get up to is 112, right? So which is a level that is critical that you need to watch out for. XRP is levitating at the moment. We're just trying to get back up to the 78, which is at the cusp of it right now. We're above the farmer golden cross at 52 out of 70. So do we see 88 coming? I would say no. I would say possibly 82, but that's about it. And then we kind of give up because we do have a golden cross being formed. Polkadots, I'm about 1%. Anywhere from 1664 all the way to $14 is logical with the 50 out of 70. With respect to algorand, anywhere from basically 80 all the way to 69. Shiba Inu is down about 3% right now. Again, right, anywhere from low 2000s, 1400 to 900 from here. MacTax up about 1.24%, 142 to 120, right, with the 50 out of 70. So not advisable at the moment. AVAX down about 2.85%. Head and shoulder pattern clearly. So selling off to 59 to 50 is logical from here. Luna is still surging. Definitely not advisable to buy now. 75 out of 70. Large separation. Definitely not a no-go for this one. Okay. Seems like the market's already kind of giving up right now. You can see that clearly. As the speech begins about 9 minutes ago, you can see that we're kind of sliding off right now. I think people are slowly digesting Jerome's verbiage. I don't think people are really reading it, but as obviously you hear his delivery and some of the reporters' questions. I think the natural glide will be coming back to 2853, right? So appreciate you for joining me again on this Wednesday. Have a good rest of the day, and let me know if you have any questions. Take care.